According to our next guest, a lot of health problems that we all face today, like anxiety, depression, fatigue, digestive problems, and more, are all inflammatory in nature or have an inflammatory component.
And he's tackling the issue head on in his new book, The Inflammation Spectrum. Find your food triggers and reset your system. Please welcome back the top functional medicine doctor that we know and best-selling author, Dr. Will Cole. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
So you say the food we eat is either feeding inflammation or fighting it, and that one person's food medicine is another person's food trigger. Explain.
That's the heart of functional medicine. What works for one person may not work for the next person. It's bio-individuality. So I've seen really healthy foods, like a salad, work great for one person and then cause digestive problems for the next. It doesn't mean salads are bad. It just means what's right for you. How can you use food as medicine on an individual level?
Okay, so in the book you say that there's a way to identify the most reactive areas in your body. So how would you go about doing that?
The way that I advocate for it in the book is for people to do a food experiment, a sort of elimination diet approach to calm inflammation levels down, because inflammation, again, is linked to so many health problems. So it gives the body a chance to reset, calm down. So we're doing that in two different ways. There's a simpler elimination diet approach where we eliminate what's called the core four. That's for a time going off of grains, going off of sugar, dairy, and high omega-6 oils like canola oil, which can cause inflammation. And then there's a more advanced track for people that are higher on the inflammation spectrum, and that's adding the core four, removing those, plus four more. That's going to be things like nightshades, like peppers and tomatoes and eggplants, which have alkaloids that can cause irritation for some people, and going dairy, eggs as well, and nuts and seeds and legumes. So that's going to be the
How long would you need to stay off these things to figure out if they really do cause a problem?
At least 4 weeks, but for the more advanced inflammation problems, I would say up to 8 weeks.
Okay.
And you say 4 weeks off of the four to begin with.
Yeah, so that gives the body a time to calm things down, to downregulate inflammation in the gut, because 75% of the immune system's in the gut. So when you're dealing with inflammation, which is a product of the immune system, you want to look at where the predominance of the immune system resides, which is in the gastrointestinal system.
So you have a step-by-step guide to design your new personalized food and lifestyle plan. Is this part of that?
Yes, because I want people to not just do another diet and program. I want them to find out what their body loves and what their body hates, because there's so much confusion online. And I really think that our society is struggling with food disillusionment and diet fatigue on, like, what the heck should I eat?
Right.
So I really wanted to give people the tools through just principles of functional medicine to find out what their body loves. So it's just a one-on-one relationship with the person and the food that they're eating.
You say that eliminating foods ends up being freeing, because I would imagine then you start, like you said, instead of being confused about what do I eat, you start to figure it out. But you also say that it helps feed your mind and body. So what do you mean by that?
Well, I want people to get food peace and not feel stressed. Like, stressing about eating healthy isn't good for your health either.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about food. We have to look at stress. We have to look at things like poor sleep. We have to look at things like screen time and social media addiction. Of all these epigenetic things, these lifestyle things, impact inflammation in different ways. So I want people to get that clarity and food freedom that a lot of people are struggling with because they don't know what's right for them.
Well, and I think so many of us at a young age, and I would include myself in this, you start off on a bad track. We were eating processed foods, drinking sugary, sodas. And, in later life, it's even harder to break away from that. If we want to give our kids the right start, how would you start?
Well, I have two kids myself, a 13 and 10-year-old, so I know it's not easy, especially when they're at their friend's house or at school. You have to make it age appropriate, and you have to make food fun. Don't shame them or make food this sort of dogmatic thing. Really teach them ways to make eating healthy delicious and fun, get them involved in the kitchen, and educate them about our health and our body and how every food impacts our health, but make it age appropriate, because I see a lot of disordered eating with kids and stress and shame around food, and it's done unintentionally from parents, but I want to make food fun and bring a grace and lightness back to wellness and back to food.
if you'd like to meet Dr. Cole, he'll be signing books at the Brentwood Country Mart in conjunction with Goop tonight at 6:30. Once again, the book is called The Inflammation Spectrum. Find your food triggers and reset your system. Available on Amazon. You can also go to Dr. Cole's website, drwillcole.com, or follow him on social media. Thank you. Great to see you again.
Thanks for having me.